Hey there, I'm Leslie Kolovich, and we are live here in my basement. How you doing, everybody? Tonight is going to be a fantastic night. Wow. Hound Dog, you let me know that I am live yet, because I have a very, very slow signal going on here. And there we are live. Cool. All right, everybody, we are live in the basement tonight. I'm going to just take you around the room tonight because we have, like I said, a fantastic show as always. Tonight we have ChauncyCrandall, and he's brought JT Williams in with him on the cajones. And tonight we're going to start off with a good friend too. It's TJ Hilton. He is a co-owner of the Green Door out in Fort Walton Beach, and yeah, I did not even know that he was a musician, and he's a singer-songwriter also. So we're going to just get right here to TJ before we start this, but I just want to thank everybody who's in the studio audience tonight, because we're in for a really big treat tonight. Okay, everybody, let's give a hand for this really cool room here. How about it? We're super excited to be here. All right, hey TJ, here we go.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm honestly really nervous right now. You make me out to be a singer-songwriter. I am the most amateur one in the room.
No, well, let's just talk a little bit about you, because you are a co-owner of the Green Door Studio Pub out in Fort Walton Beach, where I met you. And it's all about music, musicians, songwriters, bringing people together to perform their passion. And here you are on this stage. Tell us about your passion for music.
I do have a military background. After the military, I was a defense contractor. And I got to take a few trips across the ocean to some very upsetting places, geographically beautiful, but politically war-torn. Mm-hmm. And once I had my full of that, I decided that I needed to do something that was a creative process instead of a destructive one. So my girlfriend Laura and I set out to open the Green Door and give a place to all musicians and artists in the Fort Walton area to come feel safe and comfortable to express themselves at. And it's my little path of redemption, and it's my hope to give back enough to counteract the things that I wish I had not been a part of. Mm-hmm. And I think that music for me is my religion, and it's what heals my soul. And tonight, when ChauncyCrandall's singing up here, it's like it's just going to take me to church. So that's what the Green Door is all about, a sanctuary for artists to express themselves, mm-hmm. feel safe at, and to move us forward as artists. Very cool. Well, let's talk a little bit about you and your music. How long have you been playing? Not very long. I bought a guitar many years ago when I was in the Army, and I learned like 2 chords and never accomplished anything with it. I just wasn't disciplined enough. And then, strangely enough, I learned to play right as I opened the Green Door 9 months ago. Jim Wolf, the owner of the Tattoo Zoo, located next to my place, he taught me how. And, I'm still very simple. I just stick with the basics, and I love it. I have worked on a few songs. I'll be playing one of those tonight. Mm-hmm. It's not completely finished, but it's fun and it's different. And where do your lyrics come from? Well, that's the hard part for me as a singer-songwriter, is I'm all about content. I love to write. It is difficult with my limited skills on the guitar to feel that I can express myself with the content lyrically to match my guitar level. So like my new song I'll play in a little while, you'll hear some raw things come out that I like, a lot of references to nature. Definitely have a lot of influences, like most people, from folk and blues and whatnot. And right now I've been inspired by a lot of bands around here. Shotzi and the String Boffin. Oh yeah. Meeting Chauncey 3 weeks ago really inspired me. I know when you said to me, Leslie, this guy came into the bar and late, and he got up there and played. He goes, Leslie, he's gonna blow your socks off. He is. Yeah. It's very refreshing. I've been a part of this industry locally for 9 months. I've seen a lot and I've heard a lot, and I would say Chauncey's one of the best I've met, and you'll know why soon enough. Yeah. And I hope everyone is tuned in to watch and listen. But we're here because, and I really was very excited to have you on this show too, because
my passion is music, and seeing people not afraid to do what you're doing. You know, you're gonna play, you write music, and then you've got this incredible place that you're putting your passion out for and helping other musicians, you know, spread their passion of music, because I truly believe music heals in many ways.
Too.
All right, so let's get right to your music. I want to hear what you got going, and thank you for being here tonight, TJ.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. This first one is a cover. It's called Unofferable, and it's just a song I'm obsessed with right now.
We like obsessions.
Yeah, I'm that way. Can the mic hear that? Tell me a lie, I'll be the first to fall. Give me an offer, unofferable. Imagine the warmth in those tiny hands that held on to a penance I did not deserve. Don't it feel like a knife in the back of your head? And it reeks like an afterthought, broken and unsaid. And maybe something got lost or forgotten instead. I'm bound by a drunk with a few memories of how I burned through my lovers like an ugly disease. Give me an offer, unofferable. Maybe something got lost or forgotten instead.
Nice. Wow, that's a great song.
I've never done this with headphones on, so I have no idea what that sounds like.
You sound well. You heard yourself.
Can you hear the guitar part?
Oh yeah,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It sounded great. It sounded really good.
Very pretty song.
It is a pretty song. Who is it by?
I want to say Half Moon Run.
Mm-hmm.
I just stumbled across them somewhere, and I love that song.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power in those lyrics. Yeah. So what's next?
That's a good question. I guess I could try out an original just to kind of break the ice.
You can do it.
It's a little bit of a more uplifting song. I mean, there's a little aggression, but I don't want to be too heavy on everybody. So
we can handle it. We're that crowd.
So this one's called Snakeskin Boots, and I really only have 2 stanzas, which I will repeat, obviously. But it's a fun song, and this is the first time I think I've been very proud of something I've started with my music. So it's a neat little story, and I'll explain after I wail into this microphone, hopefully to your pleasure and not displeasure. You will see.
Here we go.
There's something funky in that riverbed. Grandmother ran to fetch her rifle. When the snake crawled up, she shot his head. Now he won't muddy up the water. Now he won't muddy up the water. Where I come from, the hollers down below, where the animals come and fetch their water. Coyote comes, coyote knows, where the animals come and fetch their water. All the animals wanna drink my water. There's something funky in that riverbed. My grandmother ran and fetched her rifle. When that snake crawled up, she shot his head. Now he won't muddy up the water. Now he won't muddy up the water. Where I come from, the hollers down below, where the animals come and fetch their water. Coyote comes, coyote knows, where the animals come and fetch their water. They all want to drink my water.
Nice. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So I can't wait to hear the story to this. What's the story for this song?
Well, in a nutshell, do you remember the old "Don't Tread on Me"? Mm-hmm. Like America's middle finger to the redcoats. And there's something really sacred about liberty, but it also does come at a price. I've seen that price. Others in this room have seen that price. But what's funny in this world is we want all of these things, whether or not we want to acknowledge the price. And our freedoms are sacred. They were fought for, and they have to be defended. So in this life, there's this sweet irony of having the freedom that we have in this country at great cost. And then sometimes those costs are questioned, and I've questioned them myself. But in this story, grandmother, who is Lady Liberty, is going down to the creek, make sure everything's all right because there's something going on. And that snake crawls up and she shoots it in the head. And later in the song, once I create more lyrics, she will turn that into snakeskin boots. And she will talk about how, or the song will discuss how she did not want to murder the serpent, but my, she really loves those snakeskin boots. Mm-hmm. And there's a compromise that must be made. And Lady Liberty, she's a sweet gal, but freedom isn't free.
Right.
So
wow,
that's what that whole thing's about.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Well, I was just looking at all of the tattoos that you have on your arms, and I know there's a story about your arm, isn't there? That tattoo?
There is. I didn't actually tell you the whole story.
Ah, and you were saving it.
Well, I hate talking about it because it's always one of those shockers in a crowd that makes everybody extra sentimental. But for the sake of being an artist in this moment, My mother committed suicide when I was 6 years old. We lived in Alaska at the time. It happens to be a very depressing place, not a lot of sunlight. Anyways, of course that has had great impact on my life. I have my first tattoos started on the shoulder that were a cross and then a kind of a tribute to her. Mm-hmm. My friend Jim Wolf, the man that owned the Tattoo Zoo that taught me to play the guitar, he passed away in October from cancer. And this was one of the last masterpieces he had worked on. A lot of this is freehand, a lot of this is his design. I asked him to put a redwood tree here to balance out my great blue whale on this arm because these are the largest creatures in nature. I love nature. Mm-hmm. He asked to incorporate my mother into this, knowing that background and that I wanted a tribute sleeve. And it turned into this. And there's a great horned owl, and there's a waterfall and a rising sun. And unfortunately, we didn't get to color it because that cancer came back and got him. Mm-hmm. And that was very sad. So, yes, that's the story here. I wear this with pride because it's one of Jim's final big works, and it means a lot to me.
Yeah, it does. And, and it also kind of carries through, with your passion. When you have something like that on your arm with this story, there's lots of emotion that's attached to that for sure. And thank you for sharing that story with us.
Yeah, that's a heavy one. I'm going back to the heavy song. I got to do a happy song next, I think.
Okay, happy song.
Is it time for another song?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do it.
I'm just going to keep embarrassing myself this evening.
No, you're doing great.
Thank you for having us out here, Leslie.
Yeah.
This is a really nice evening. Very lovely. It's one of my favorite covers by the Pixies. It says so much about myself.
With your feet in the air and your head on the ground, try this trick and spin it, yeah. Your hair will collapse and there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I went swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rocks, yeah. Except for one fish, and he told me, you better ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. With your feet in the air and your head on the ground, try this trick and spin it, yeah. Your hair will collapse and there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming.
It's the best part.
Nice,
Isn't that a
nice.
fun song?
Very cool. Wow. You know, listening to your voice, I mean, and just watching your motion when you're playing the guitar, you know, you really get it into it.
I'm a little raw.
You're a little raw.
Need a little refining. I'm working on it.
Well, it's very cool. It's very cool. Do you have one more original you want to do for us?
Yeah, it's a short one.
Okay.
It's one that I don't think I ever really finished. It's a real simple song. The beauty of being an amateur.
Simple is good, though.
Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Okay, we'll do this one.
All right.
This one was called something about breaking. I don't know. It's not as cliche as it sounds. Oh, I Won't Break. That is the name of this
That
one.
works.
Okay. If I can remember it.
This is how you consume me, and you rapture up my soul. And all the things that control me, I learned to let them go. And yeah, I won't break. And yeah, I won't break. You don't have to be young to know that the sun will rise. You don't have to be blind to see through an honest man's eyes. And yeah, I won't break. Yeah, I won't break. Stop talking those politics and put some Bob Dylan on. Stop talking your politics. I'm just a rolling stone. And yeah, I won't break. Yeah, I won't break. This is how you consume me, and you rapture up my soul. And all the things that confuse me, well, I learned to let them go. And yeah, I won't break. Yeah, I won't break. Stop talking your politics and put some Bob Marley on. Stop talking those politics and let's all get stoned. Yeah, I won't break. Yeah, I won't break. We won't break. We won't break. And yeah, we won't break. Yeah, we won't break.
Nice. Wow. Nice. Wow. Tell us a little bit about that song.
You know, honestly, if it wasn't obvious, I barely remember how that song actually goes. But I don't know. It was after the Army, and I think it was before defense contracting. I actually wrote that on a sailboat, and it was just when I was working with those two chords that I knew. That's kind of the whole song. So I can totally grow on that. But you know, it was just being fed up with politics and the news, and just all the crazy frenzy media stuff that we had constantly saturated with in our daily lives. It makes me sick. I'd like to turn on the news and hear about a police officer that did something kind in his community, or some kid that saved somebody in some situation. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom and destruction. Right. It bums me out. So just
let's hear it. Yeah, that's a good one. We need more of that. We need the news that tells us the good stuff.
There's good things happening.
There are a lot of good things
in this
out there.
universe, whether you're spiritual or not, there is good and bad, and it is unavoidable. And you must find a happiness with the balance to accept that you can't have the sweet without the sour.
That's right.
So we got to live a life where we acknowledge the bad things, but we work toward the good things and fight that good fight. And that's what it's all about.
There you go. Thank you so much, TJ Hilton.
Thank you, Leslie.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, very cool. TJ Hilton right here in the basement. And I am just super excited to be able to have this crowd here with me tonight and have the creative people that are in this room right now. I mean, I met TJ probably just like a month ago. And when I first walked into the green door, I knew that there really was something special there. And his soul and his spirit really does come through there. And TJ, I want you to continue playing. You have the stage, right in your place. You can get on that stage anytime you want to with this fantastic sound system. It's cool. All right, we're going to switch out here now, get Chauncey in here, and now I'm switching just letters to JT Williams now. So we're going to go ahead and play some music. I thought I would play some music by one of our local musicians here, and she just won some awards with the Beachcomber Awards. We're going to do a little Season Ammons right here on Hound Dog Radio. So keep it right here as we switch everything out and enjoy the evening here. Don't leave us. We're going to be right back.
Is it okay to have my tea there?
Sure. It's not fair only for him.
Well, that's good. What did you say? You've been playing 9 months? Like, you asked me to do this thing. I've been playing for 9 months. Thanks. You did a good job. Thanks, guys. I have 2, yeah. There's another one online.
It's just on there with
Spotify, or you can get it on iTunes. Sorry. Every song is about you. I don't have a physical copy anymore. I sold them all. But they're on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. The other one you got to get online. You got to get this. Yeah. Oh yeah, I might ask for some hot water later. I got 2 packets of these.
Cool. All right. What's that?
Is the local girl playing right now?
Yes. Season Ammons. Here's a headset for you. And can you get closer to the mic, or do I need to turn it into?
Yeah, sorry. I hadn't thought that through about like the sound thing.
This is Leslie Kolovich right here on Hound Dog Radio. We are having a blast, and we're getting ready now to get Chauncey up here next for an interview. ChauncyCrandall. All right, we're ready to roll again. I didn't set you up some. All right. Okay. All right, guys. That was an abrupt stop. I usually like to just really let it slowly fade. But hey, we're back here, Hound Dog Radio. I'm Leslie Kolovich. We're live here in the basement studio. This is so much fun to have these people here in the studio. And what an intimate way to be able to experience music like this, singer-songwriters. And I'm really excited to introduce right now Chauncey and TJ Williams. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having us, Leslie.
Yeah, we're super excited. Okay, so Chauncey, let's start with TJ real quick, okay? Because you are the newcomer here to, I know nothing about you. So you're the mystery guest for me, okay?
I'm JT Williams.
I did that again, okay? I knew I was going to do that, JT, TJ, all these letters, okay?
I have a crude joke about that, but I'll leave it alone.
It's okay, thanks.
Yeah. Used to be, call two initials and I'll answer. I'm used to it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me where you're from. Are you from Colorado as well?
No, born in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a Southern boy.
Okay.
And spent my high school years Gulf Breeze.
Gulf Breeze, beautiful out there.
Right. Graduated Gulf Breeze, and then did the road dog thing through the 80s. Mm-hmm. Did the marriage and the kids through the 90s and the 2000s. And then the divorce and the health, and you lose everything. And now here I am, 18 years old again.
There you go.
And life is good.
Starting over.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so tell us how long where you've been playing the cajones, or you're a drummer most,
Oh, yes, a drummer. Yeah, I'm definitely a drummer. Cajon is a passion that I've picked up recently.
Nice.
And I found it conducive to a singer-songwriter deal. You can only play Margaritaville so many times.
Right.
And you can only play Bon Lefford so many times. So want to be more on the creative end and those other things. Been there and done that. And it's just time for the next phase.
There you go. Well, we're super excited to have you here in the studio tonight. And how did you meet Chauncey?
Paradise.
I've slept since then.
In Paradise.
Yeah.
Paradise with John Hart.
Yeah.
And that group.
Yeah.
I was invited out to play a singer-songwriter circle with John Hart and Paxton. I forget Paxton's last name. I'm sorry, Paxton.
Norris.
Paxton Norris and Mike
Wheeler.
Mike Wheeler. And JT got up to play cajones with us, all as songwriter circle. And I liked the way he played the cajones. And I was like, hey, man, come play cajones with me. And he said, okay.
He said, okay. Well, cool.
And so it's been 3 whole weeks, I think.
3 whole weeks.
And like 4 times.
This is the 4th time we've been in a room together.
4th time we've been in a room together.
That's what I like about musicians, you can just, you feel the vibe when you come in across each other and know that you can just perform together. Mm-hmm. That's cool. That's really cool. All right. See that camera that is right at your left ear? I'm not turning it on yet. Okay, I'm going to interview Chauncey. So if I can just have you just back up just a touch, so we don't just get to see your beautiful
My
ear.
nose.
Yeah, the nose. That'd be cool.
How about that?
Okay, cool. Very good. Okay, Chauncey. I am so excited to have you in the studio after what TJ has said to me about you, and then looking at your bio and stuff. Coming from the West, Colorado Springs. I'm from Utah. We have a lot in common coming out from the West. So tell us a little bit about your upbringing in the West, Colorado Springs.
Well, I actually grew up in the southeastern plains of Colorado. I was born in Denver. My parents were living in Fairplay, I believe, at the time when I was born, which is west of Colorado Springs. It's in the mountains. That's where my father grew up in the mountains, and my mother grew up in San Luis Valley, which is south and west, almost near New Mexico. But I grew up mainly in the southeastern plains of Colorado, closer to Kansas and Oklahoma and New Mexico too. Where we grew up, I went to high school in a junior high called Pritchett. where it was K through 12th all in one building. There were 12 kids in my graduating class.
12 kids.
And that was like that would have been the largest class in about 13 years for
Wow.
them. There was 3 and my sister who graduated 2 years before me.
So you knew everyone.
Everybody knew everybody through K through 12. You knew
Did you date every girl?
No, you didn't really. I don't know. Like, no, you didn't really date any girls.
You're all just a big group.
There were a few couples. There were a few couples, and most of those couples that were involved with each other in high school are married today.
Wow.
And everybody that's couples, and this is not even a lie. This is not even a joke. But the wife is a teacher and the husband is a cop, and they all live in that same area.
In the same little town.
Yeah. And there were 2 couples that I can think of.
Has the school grown?
And both of those couples are.
Is there like 24 kids?
No, as a matter of fact, a lot of that, they were boom towns in the past, and then with the Dust Bowl, they all started to go down. They all started to go down from there. There was a booming part with the railroad coming through,
Okay.
And then the Dust Bowl kind of created a thing for farming. Of course, that was real negative, and a lot of people left at that point. And then a lot of people came back, and agriculture started getting government help, right? And people started farming that land, dry land farming, and people bought. Very few people bought lots and lots of acres for very, very little after the Depression.
Wow.
So there's just not a lot of people out there, and the people that are out there already have it all, and farm it and ranch it. And
Yeah. So were you on a farming family?
my parents actually stumbled across 450 acres just southeast of. And you say that out east, and people are like, "Oh my goodness,
yeah, that's a lot of
wow."
land.
But it's not. I mean, that's 30 cows you could put on that at the most if you fed them hay during the winter time.
I guess if you look at it like that, only 30 cows.
That's because of the difference between the rainfall and all those things. You can't really. That's self-sufficient right there at that point. So my parents bought that. They stumbled across it because my dad actually got hurt in an accident real bad. He had his whole ankle and foot cut off by an I-beam. He was driving a truck and he was getting loaded up, and somebody dropped a I-beam off the crane that was loading it, and it fell on his leg and crushed his top of his foot off.
Oh my!
So they moved out from where we were at. And I was in sixth grade at the time, and so we moved, and they bought this 450-acre plot and decided just to be self-sufficient farmers. So we always had a few cows, a few pigs, and a few horses.
Would you look back when you look back on your childhood? Would you say you loved being in that environment? Out and wide open and with the animals.
Oh yeah, I even long for it now sometimes, and then sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
There's times that. You can tell by looking at me that I really enjoy being able to drive 10 minutes and getting like good Thai food or something.
Yeah.
But,
well, so did you pick
not
up a
eating
good?
beets.
Yeah. No beets. I love beets.
We love beets too. We do, but I've eaten beets sometimes when there was.
That's all you ate.
That's all there was.
Beets.
Was beets. Yeah.
And chickens.
And sometimes there was chicken, and when there wasn't chicken, there was beets.
Gotcha. Well, so tell us about your music. When did you start playing music? Was that something that you out on the farm, everybody picked up a guitar?
We sang. Mm-hmm. Everybody in my family always sang. And then I applied and received the FFA. Do you guys familiar with FFA? Future Farmers of America. I applied for it, and I got the FFA cow, which was you received the FFA cow, and then it was bred when you got it. And then you fed it until it had the baby. You gave the FFA cow back, and you kept the baby.
Wow.
Well, my FFA cow had this bull. It was a great little bull. It was a little Holstein bull, and a part Holstein bull. And everybody made fun of it because it's Holstein, because Holstein are dairy cattle. But
so this is an education for me.
It became a very nice steer, and I sold it, and I went and bought a bass guitar and an acoustic guitar, and that was my sophomore year, and I started playing playing the bass guitar and the acoustic guitar. They were both acoustic and electric, and I'd plug them in through what was called a Sing-a-lodeon. That was like a karaoke machine you got from Walmart.
Yeah.
And I plugged them into that and started playing those and recording songs on tapes. And
cassette.
Yeah, cassette tapes.
Yes. I remember doing
I
that.
would record them on cassette tapes and make up songs, and they were horrible.
Oh. So when did you realize that they weren't horrible and this was something that you really were going to do?
Well, I went on and I actually got a scholarship to work at a Bible college in upstate New York called Word of Life Bible College in Scroon Lake. I'd actually dropped out of high school and got my GED to go work, and I was working for Home Depot, traveling around doing new store sets and resets for Home Depot, third-party vending company stuff. And then found this college that was a Bible college that would give me a scholarship to work with their horses. And I was like, okay, I could probably get that. And so I went and applied for it and showed them that I knew what I was doing. And I got a scholarship to work for their horses and worked on their horse team and worked at this Bible college for a year and a half, 2 years. And during that time is when I really started like learning from other people, because there was a lot of kids at that point that had guitars, and I had my guitar still. I had my Washburn that I'd bought with the FFA cow, and started learning from other people and just picking up a lot of praise and worship music and some old hymns. I wish I'd learned more old hymns, but at that point all the kids were playing praise and worship songs and some Nirvana when I was all alone and nobody was like,
sneaking the
devil
Nirvana,
music.
the devil music.
Sneaking some devil music for sure, because that was my favorite. And then, so yeah, that's when I first really started playing. And then there were a few years went by where I just started working, and I just kind of, my guitar was there and everything was there, and then I started. I met a woman.
That always
got a job,
happens.
started all that, and then in the living room, I just started like writing songs, and then I started going to these open mics and playing my songs, and people were like, "Hey, those are good songs." And then one day, people were like, "Hey, I want to record your songs," and I was like, "Okay," and that was how I put out my first album.
Wow!
Just playing at open mics. There was two friends of mine, Connor and Ian from Blank Tape Records in Colorado Springs, came up and they're like, "Hey, we'd like to record those."
See, that's what we love to hear, right, TJ? I mean, when we love hearing this story, and we want to hear more and more of these stories. The guy who goes to Bible school on a horse scholarship, but further on, that you just get out there and you just play it at open mics and you have a sound. And then your music, you write original songs, right?
Yeah, they're all original.
All original. So let's get to some of this music, and then and we'll continue talking about the stories behind some of the songs that you're going to sing for us. I'm going to just kind of scooch over here and fix this mic up, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and keep talking, because we don't like dead air, or play something.
Well, this is actually a song I wrote after. I'd been in New York for quite a while, and came back home, and I had some friends with me that were from New York, and I was going to show them where a cabin that my dad used to show me that he grew up in, and we went up and we drove up south. We drove up west of Colorado Springs about an hour and went into Lake George, Florissant area, and started driving, and I was looking for the place, and it just wasn't there, and everything had just been taken over by these big, beautiful mansions. And this is a song about that, and it's called Big Money.
I'm good, let's go.
Are we ready to go?
We're ready.
It's off my first album. We pay big on money to live in beautiful places, put in great big old windows so we can look out and see the spaces. If we tore it all down, now the only problem we're gonna face is all that shit that's left behind when you just face our creation. I may be late on the topic, but I'm gonna preach it to the end, because the minute that we stop, will be the minute we begin. And if it don't matter to you, well, it don't matter to me. That's just a lie that they're telling. And we can let it all go and just ignore reality. Now that's a propaganda that they're selling. And it go beebity bow, beebity bow da bow bow, bow bow da bow bow bow, go bow 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 da bow. And if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. That's just a lie that they're telling. Well, let me break it down to you nice and easy with a little bit of analogy. You see, Jason Lee was a friend of me till I stood at hell's front door. He pushed me in, then he gave a grin when he made his bed with a horse. And preacher man, I make a bet you damn for a judging life this way. Well, you say you're moved by God's sweet word, but even Judas knelt to pray. And if it don't matter to you, well, it don't matter to me. That's just a lie that they're telling. And we can let it all go and just ignore reality. Now that's a propaganda that they're selling. And it go beebity bow, beebity bow da bow bow, bow bow da bow bow bow, go bow 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 don't bow, bow 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 don't bow. And if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. That's just a lie that they're telling. And we pay big, big old money to live in beautiful places, put in great big old windows so we can look out and see the spaces. They tore it all down now. The only problem we're gonna face is all that shit that's left behind when you just face God's creation. I may be late on the topic, but I'm preaching to the end, because the minute that we stop will be the minute we begin. And if it don't matter to you, well, it don't matter to me. That's just a lie that they're telling. We can let it all go and just ignore reality. Now that's a propaganda that they're selling. And it go beebity bow, beebity bow da bow bow, bow bow da bow bow bow, go bow 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 don't bow, bow 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 don't bow. And if it don't matter to you, well, it don't matter to me. That's just a lie that they're telling you.
Woo! Yeah. Nice. Nice. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. Your voice is just so absolutely unique, so cool. When did you know that you had the bit-a-bop-bop kind of thing going, you know? Where did you discover that? You know, that's like, that's truly a style.
Probably in a bathroom somewhere.
I could say I could probably do that too. Yeah.
I played a lot. I played a lot of songs. Write a lot of songs I used to write a lot of songs in the bathroom. I wrote a lot of songs in an apartment that we lived in, and yeah.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about that song.
Yeah. Well, I was saying in the beginning of it. It was I was taking some friends that actually came out from New York that I'd met. Well, two of them were from New York, and one of them was from California, and they had been working with me on the same job that I had before I went to college, and that was working for Home Depot. And they came out and they were working with me doing that job after college, and they came out and stayed in Colorado for a week, and I took them up to find the cabin that my dad had grown up in. We couldn't find it. It was just big old beautiful mansions of houses, and a lot of stuff had changed, and that's kind of where that song came from.
It just came to you. It's like, man. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and do a couple songs in a row. Tell us about what you want to do right now, and because I just want to hear.
We'll do Liar.
Okay.
I'll do Liar. It's a song off my new album. Yep, and I wrote it.
Where can people first get your new album? Let's tell that right now.
Well, they can come to the show.
Yep.
Come see me here in Florida, or play in Mississippi sometime too, and I'll be in Colorado in June. You can come see me in a show and get an album, or you can go to iTunes.
Nice.
And you can pick up both of my albums on iTunes. The first album's called Every Song's About You, and the newest album I just released is called Breakdown.
Okay.
And I'll be working on a third album real soon. So.
All right, let's do a couple. Here we go.
So this is a song off the second album. Big Money's actually off the first album, and the second. This is a song called Liar off the second album. I always tell everybody I wrote it about myself and everybody else in the room.
I like it. Chauncey Crandall right here on Hound Dog Radio.
And if I could write well, then I'd write you a letter, but out loud it's just hard to explain. And if my head was well, then I'd stay out of trouble. I'd know it all if I'd learned from mistakes. I'd know it all if I'd learned from mistakes. But when I'm left alone, I get scared of my demons, and when I'm in a crowd, I get rude. And the only reason I wrote down this song is so I'm the center of attention when I sing this song to you. So I'm the center of attention when I sing this song to you. 'Cause I'm a liar and a thief, a low down dirty cheat. I'm a whore and my prices are cheap. I'm a stranger and a friend. This is where our paths end, 'cause it's time that I'm taking care of me. If I could swallow my pride, well, I might say I'm sorry, but most times my pride swallows me. When I'm talking to God, I ain't asking for forgiveness, but I'm asking for an apology. I'm begging, Lord, I want an apology. So when I'm left alone, I get scared of his demons, and when I'm in a crowd, I get rude. And the only reason I wrote down this song is so I'm the center of attention when I sing this song to you. So I'm the center of attention when I sing this song to you. 'Cause I'm a liar and a thief, a low down dirty cheat. I'm a whore and my prices are cheap. I'm a stranger and a friend, but this is where our paths end. 'Cause it's time I'm taking care of me. And I'll let you down before I go. Gonna trade in your love for a fool's gold. When I'm left to traveling all alone, and I'm gonna miss you, friend. Well, I hope you'll forgive me then. 'Cause I'm a liar and a thief, low down dirty cheat. I'm a whore and my prices are cheap. I'm a stranger and a friend, this is where our paths end. 'Cause it's time that I'm taking care of me. Said I'm a stranger and a friend, this is where our song ends. 'Cause it's time I'm taking care of me.
Nice. Do you need any more hot water?
I'm still sipping on that.
Okay, good. I know you've had this cold and yeah.
Yeah, the nature of the new job.
Ah.
And then with working music late at nights, and then going to the new job where people are sick and it gets me
You're like,
sick.
guys, I'm a singer. Stay away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're good. Let's go. Keep going.
Okay, well, I'll play a brand new one that isn't this song ain't ever been recorded.
Which one we doing?
Sharpened Knife. This is a song that I wrote just about kind of just, you know, changing pace and believing in yourself and doing it. Took a chance I'd live, took a chance I'd die. Off 100-foot ledge with the faith I'd fly. Well, I took that leap and left the weight behind. One last deep breath and the world seemed fine. I took a chance I'd love, took a chance I'd cry. Because I've had love cut like a sharpened knife. And tears taste like blood to the heart-broke mind. They're only water from the ocean and the sea alive. They're only water from the ocean and the sea alive. Goodbye, my good time friends, I don't need you telling me I look like God in my Sunday's best. Goodbye, I hate myself, I see you. And I'll be damned if I don't cut you out of my chest. I'd be a fool if I didn't cut you out of my chest. Well, I never had a moment, didn't cost me time. And I never made $1 on an idle mind. And there's a few memories wish I'd never seen. But if I leave them all behind, I won't remember me. So I don't put much writing on apologies. The best friends I have don't say a word to me. We sit there in silence and we all agree that even waves are bound to falter on a calming sea. That even waves are bound to falter on a calming sea. Goodbye, my good time friends, I don't need you telling me I look like God in my Sunday's best. Goodbye, I hate myself, I see you. And I'll be damned if I don't cut you out of my chest. I'd be a fool if I didn't cut you out of my chest. I wish I had a better friend in humility, but I got told it was the best and pride had captured me. Then those prison's walls fell down and love had set me free. 'Cause when I'm broke, the pieces left are all the best of me. 'Cause when I'm broke, the pieces left are all the best of me. Goodbye, my good time friends, I don't need you telling me I look like God in my Sunday's best. Goodbye, I hate myself, I see you. And I'll be damned if I don't cut you out of my chest. I'd be a fool if I didn't cut you out of my chest.
Nice. Wow. Nice. I really, really liked the lyrics to that song. I mean, goodbye, my goodbye friends.
Goodbye, my good time friends.
Good time friends.
I don't need you.
Yeah. And they say that you look good in your Sunday best.
I look like God in my Sunday best.
Yes.
It's like the drunk people, you know, telling you how much they like him.
So is there a story behind that song?
Oh, there's a lot of stories behind that song.
Yeah.
It's kind of a long couple years of trying to find humility in what I do, making sure that I keep it. Remembering what my late sister always told me, that no matter how cool I think I am, I'm just a fat blonde kid.
Well, there is a balance in that, in our lives. And, there's a lot of talk about ego. And ego is important in our lives too. But then if we know that we can have a good balance of the ego, ego kind of gets us to places where we need to be and gets us to move forward and take chances and that kind of stuff. But when we have an ego that's in balance, the world is cool. Everything's good. You can sing this music.
One last deep breath and the world seems fine.
That's right. What great lyrics. Does our audience have any questions that we want to, ask Chauncey? Or maybe we can have you all just think about some and we'll let him do another song. And then our next round, maybe we can have you guys come up with a question you might want to ask him. This is just a really unique situation, you guys. So this is your opportunity to have like a one-on-one with this musician. So think about it. Does that sound cool to you?
Yep, because you come see me at the bar. I won't be.
He's a totally different person at the bar.
I can't ask questions as easy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just working there. That's hard work.
That's right. So have you ever done kind of a listening room like this?
Yeah, I've done a few house shows. I love these. These are. That's what I'm saying. Bars are hard work. This is easy work. I really enjoy it. When I know people are listening to the words, I feel like the words are probably the most important part of my music.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not a shredder on the guitar or anything, but
So how would you describe your sound? If you're telling us what it is.
Oh.
Because I can't find a box for you, and I think that's good.
I've had a lot of different people describe. I'm trying to think of Sarah Hope from Edith Makes a Paper Chain from Colorado Springs, one of my good friends. I'm trying to remember what exactly she said. Americana soul, or she said it more gracefully than I'm trying to describe it, but I can't remember exactly what she said.
I definitely like the word soul in there because you feel it. Yeah.
I like American roots music.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the influences from everything from country to folk to rock and roll to definitely R&B and gospel. All the music that I was given and listened to and loved,
Yeah.
And then just started.
Is there one artist that you just, if you had the opportunity to go to their concert, you knew they were coming to Pensacola tomorrow, that you would pay anything to go see? Two people.
Van Morrison and John Prine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I don't know why I haven't got a chance to see John Prine yet, because I've seen him around and I've had the opportunity, and just life happens, and not having money happens.
That happens.
That happens to me a lot, pretty much ever since I was born. Yeah, John Prine, Van Morrison, two of my favorite all times.
Very good. All right, we'll let you keep going. We love this music. You enjoying this, everybody? Yeah? Awesome. Cool. Right here, Hound Dog Radio. I'm Leslie Kolovich.
Well, this is another one off the new album. It's an optimistic song. If you only got one chord, this is what you can do with it. It's called Hold My Head Up High. Well, my best friends, they all know I lost my mind years ago. But I've been traveling down some roads I pray you ain't gonna have to go. So I'm gonna hold my head up high. I'm gonna hold my head up high until I leave this world, this life. I'm gonna hold my head up high. We'll take everything I own. Well, you can pile it up and burn it.
the only thing I've ever stole. The day I die's gonna be returned then. So I'm gonna hold my head up high. I'm gonna hold my head up high until I leave this world, this life. I'm gonna hold my head up high. And come my last setting sun, the day my last day's work is done, the day they bury me in that grave, will be the day my debts are paid. So I'm gonna hold my head up high. I'm gonna hold my head up high until I leave this world, this life. I'm gonna hold my head up high. And my best friends, they all know that I lost my mind years ago, that I'd been traveling down some road I pray you never have to go. But I'm gonna hold my head up high. I'm gonna hold my head up high until I leave this world, this life. I'm gonna hold my head up high and take everything I own. You can pile it up and burn it.
That's awesome. Pile it up and burn it. Let's do it. Keep rolling now.
Okay, I'm gonna take a look at this list. I forget all the songs I have. Let's do another one off the first album. It's called Beach of Sands. I wrote this song after my girlfriend wouldn't give me the remote control, and I was real upset about it. I was so upset about it that I was like, you know what? Maybe you better stop to think about like what's really happening here. Like if you can get that upset about something that small, so it was kind of the beginning of the end. I'd like you to believe I would die for you, but it's a battle every day to sacrifice little things for you. As my cut, my bleeding hands clench tight to broken glass that once was a beach as sand. Once was our love, even stars up above someday fall down. Can't help but wonder when I'm gonna hit the ground, like the tears that fell from your cheek and made a violent sound. As my numb, my bleeding ears long for a song to hear, one with melody soft and clear. But melodies fade, and the love that we made falls on deaf ears. I hear you calling from the distance, could, but I choose not to. I don't listen. With my numb, my bleeding ears that long for a song to hear, one with melody soft and clear. But melodies fade, and the love that we made falls on deaf ears. And I'd like you to believe I would die for you. But it's a battle every day to sacrifice little things for you. As my cut, my bleeding hands clenched tight to broken glass that once was a beach's sand. Once was our love, even stars up above someday fall down. Can't help but wonder when I'm gonna hit the ground.
Nice. Very cool.
Thanks, guys. Some great audience.
I know, isn't it?
I say it all the time. It took a long time to get people to listen, let alone clap. So.
I know. You don't feel free to stand up and dance. I don't care. You know. So you have some listeners Colorado tonight tuning in?
Oh, maybe. I was trying to get them to.
Yeah.
Everybody says, "Oh, we missed you. Come back." Blah, blah, blah. So let's hear it. If you guys are listening, I want you to say so.
That's right. Get on here and chat with me. They can just be like on and watching, and I won't know they're there unless they go into the chat and chat with me. So.
Well, you hear that, Colorado?
Yeah, Colorado, make a presence. But welcome.
Just want to say,
yes,
sorry
JT.
to butt in. I want to say hello to Atlanta, my friends.
Hello
in
to Atlanta, yeah.
Nashville,
JT
North
Williams from
Carolina.
Atlanta, North Carolina, friends.
Hello, if you're around, what's up? Hello.
That's right. Very cool. Very good. All right. Anybody did you come up with any questions in the studio audience tonight that you want to ask either of these musicians? TJ.
I definitely have one, but that's selfish. Does anyone want to go first?
My question was how you start writing music, and it was interesting about the remote control, that was the impetus for one song. So is there anything else that has gotten you started writing music?
Yeah, you know, it was definitely an outlet when I first started writing music. So when I felt sad or when I felt angry, it was a way that I could react to something that was appropriate, because I'm an emotional being, and if I react emotional to everything, I'm also big and loud and scary. And if I react to those things emotional, it's not necessarily appropriate. But if I react by grabbing a guitar and going and writing and spitting out everything I want, all that emotion out, it's appropriate. So that's why a lot of the first of my songs were really sad songs and have a little darker touch to them. My mom tells me all the time, "Why don't you write happy songs and those things?" And I'm trying to, now that I consider myself a songwriter and not just doing it as something that is an outlet. I'm trying to sit down and focus more on like capturing that happy emotion too, because I feel happy all the time. You know, I feel happy a lot. I just don't always think about, oh, I feel happy, I better sit down and capture it on the guitar. But when I felt sad or upset or something like that, when it like, you know, something as small as my girlfriend not giving me the remote control, I realized, well, like there's something deeper, a lot deeper things that go into that for me to be upset about something that small. You know what I mean? It wasn't about the remote control. It was something about other things that were deeper, and it made me think about what was really happening. And yeah, it's usually an emotion or a feeling or a person, a story, and it's usually when I'm all by myself. And later on, like trying to contemplate on those things. and it's becoming more of a process than it used to be. It used to just happen whenever it happened, and now I'm learning that it's good for me to sit down and try to make it happen, and I can make it happen.
Good answer.
With reverence.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. TJ.
Well, speaking of reverence, I have 3 beautiful babies on this planet, and it does make me wonder about the future a lot more than it used to. And definitely at the Green Door, that's part of the fun of having some kind of, great love and community vibe all the time. But there's more to the scene that we want to produce with the music and the art and the message we want to get out. And even the night I met you, which was a fun night, we might not all remember greatly.
I barely remember.
But you came in out of nowhere. I looked up and there was a 5-man jam, and you were sitting there behind the microphone, and you were throwing down some lyrics from your songs that I learned later, but you were just putting it in the soul, and it was immediately his connection up there. And I immediately knew, I was like, man, this guy's got something special. Then you played some songs for us, and you kept saying things like you were on a mission yourself, like about how people should recognize the beauty, that we're humans, that we're all pretty, that we're all beautiful, that we're all special. And you're talking about these things that aren't just hippie concepts, they're just real concepts talking about overcoming people's differences and discriminations. So my question to you, ChauncyCrandall, which I know that you're going to be playing, hopefully, track 8 from your album, The Breakdown, which is one of my favorites. You played for me the first night. You have a lot of powerful messages, obviously, coming through these songs, a lot of content. I know what it's like trying to write a happy song when you're really trying to talk about some real things. Is there one single ChauncyCrandall message? Is there an end game? Or are you just reaching out with your art to love on everyone and hope that they hear some wisdom, some pearls of wisdom?
For 200. What's Chauncey for 200?
I think, to not try to sound generic, I think love speaks loudly in all situations, and fear. When you were talking about good and bad earlier, there's love and there's fear, and I believe that those are the 2 rivals, the same as light and darkness. And I'm gonna sing a song a cappella now,
Awesome.
right now, to give you the real ChauncyCrandall. This is what I would love for my message to be. And we're gonna work this out where I can play it with the whole band, but I stole a little bit from a real gospel song you might recognize, but this is the barroom gospel that I've been working on, and it goes, I got a light and it's shining in my soul. I got a light and it's shining in my soul. Said one of these days, hope it ain't long, you're gonna join me in our song. I got a light and it's shining in my soul. 'Cause I got a peace and forgiveness in my heart. I got a peace and forgiveness in my heart. Said one of these days, hope it ain't long, you're gonna join me in our song. I got a peace and forgiveness in my heart. Spring up, oh well, come make me whole. Spring up, oh well, and quench my thirsty soul. Spring up, oh well, won't you give to me that light abundantly? 'Cause I got a light and it's shining in my soul.
Woo! Awesome. Very awesome. Wow.
I think we have a primitive nature that was born inside of us to fight and to hunt and to kill and to provide for ourselves. And as we've evolved into what we have evolved into, and we have all these things that provide for us, you run through the dollar menu and you just pay $1 to get your food. You don't grow your food. You don't work to get your food. We've started to search to, like, with a lot of hate, I guess, even to try to get back something that makes us feel that way. And when really, like, if you just chill out and grow a squash plant, it would provide a lot more for you spiritually, emotionally, everything. Like to watch something that you put in the ground grow and then to harvest it and take it. I'm not saying that war hasn't been since the beginning, because war is the beginning and it probably will be the end, no matter what we do. But
Yep, I totally get where you're saying.
Personally, you can really find a lot in just providing for yourself and making other people feel good.
Yeah, when we
edify other people.
Yeah, when we don't take things for granted, when we appreciate, and sometimes we don't appreciate stuff until we have to do it for ourselves. Nobody is just handing it to us, or we go to the grocery store and pick it up. But when we have to grow our own food or preserve our own water so it's not getting contaminated, it's not until then that we really will get it.
And I think it's funny you say have to, because when you get to, it feels so good. It's it fulfills a part of our being that we haven't been able to fulfill with lots of money and lots of stuff.
That's true. Get to, have to.
We forgot about.
That's right.
We've forgotten about
That's right. So what's another song you want to do for us?
Oh, let's do Mansions to Heaven on that note.
There we go.
And then can we take a quick break by chance? Is that okay? I just need to fill up some more tea.
After this song, we'll take a quick break.
You're awesome. Thank you.
You know it.
It's called Mansions to Heaven. It's off the Breakdown album. Thank you. Well, you reach for your rifle, and I reach for the sky. If I do just what you tell me, everything's gonna be just fine. If I do just what you tell me, everything's gonna be just fine. Well, see, it's all human nature, and we let it bring us down. And I have what you want, you take the food right from my mouth. And I have what you want, you take the food right from my mouth and build your mansions to heaven. We all love to play God and repeat mistakes over again, then pretend we just forgot. Feed the weak to their demons, feed the poor to the weak. Let the rest of them build mansions where my family safely sleeps. Let the rest of them build mansions where my family's gonna feast. While you've been running for fun, we've been running for our lives. And while you've been with your mistress, we've been caring for our wives. While you've been with your mistress, we've been caring for our wives. Well, see, it's all human nature, and we let it bring us down. And I have what you want, you take the food right from my mouth. And I have what you want, you take the food right from my mouth and build your mansions to heaven. We all love to play God and repeat mistakes over again, then pretend that we forgot. Feed the weak to their demons, feed the poor to the beast. Let the rest of them build mansions where my family safely sleeps. Let the rest of them build mansions where my family's gonna feast. Where you reach for your pistol, and I'm damn sure gonna reach for mine. We could both put down the weapons, walk away and keep our lives. If we both put down these weapons, we walk away and keep our lives. But see, it's all human nature. Times of war, it brings us down. And to have what you want, you take the food right from my mouth. And to have what you want, you take the food right from my mouth and build your mansions to heaven. We all love to play God and repeat mistakes over again, then pretend we just forgot. Feed the weak to their demons, feed the poor to the beast. Let the rest of them build mansions where my family safely sleeps. Let the rest of them build mansions where my family's gonna feast. Well, you've been running for fun, we've been running for our lives. While you've been with your mistress, we've been caring for our wives. While you've been with your mistress, we've been caring for our wives.
Nice. ChauncyCrandall, JT Williams, right here on Hound Dog Radio. I'm Leslie Kolovich, and we're going to take just a quick little break, so just stay with us. We're going to get him some more hot tea, keep that, that Theraflu going, get something going there. All right, everybody, go ahead. This is a potty break. I'm going to turn on some music, everybody. So I'm going to continue with a little Susan Ammon. She is one of our local musicians here. The Wide Open is the band that she is with, and what a fantastic band that they have there. Hang on here just for me for just a sec. The song is called Mississippi by Susan Ammons. If you haven't seen Susan Ammons and The Wide Open, you really want to take a chance, not take a chance. You will absolutely love their music. And The Wide Open, check them out on Facebook. But tonight, it's all about ChauncyCrandall from Colorado. We got some Colorado listeners now in here with us. Super excited to have anyone who's listening from Colorado. Thank you for joining us. I wish I could take you outside to Florida right now. It's dark here, and I'm sure that out west you still have a little bit of sunlight. Tell me if you do. I'm sure you do. Right now, this morning when I woke up, it was about 71 degrees. And then in a matter of 20 minutes, something happened. The weather changed, we got rain, and it went down to 55 degrees. I'm not really sure what the temperature is right now. I've forgotten how to do that little do-jiggy thing on the Hound Dog Radio. Bobby Range, if you're there, tell me how to do that again, but I'll tell you what the weather is. Oh, it's 43 degrees right now, but it feels like 38. We were 71 degrees just less than 8 hours ago. Welcome to Florida. That actually kind of sounds a little bit like Utah weather, doesn't it? Out west, one day we can have snow, the next day we can be wearing shorts. That's just kind of how it is. When someone tries to say we have no climate change happening, whatever. Thank you, Fuzzy Blues, telling me what Wilmington Island up there in Georgia. You guys are actually warmer than we are. We're down here at the coast. We are in Seacrest Beach, Florida, which is right between Panama City Beach and Destin, Florida. It's a beautiful area. It's a little strip called 30A, where the beaches of South Walton, 20 miles of coastal scenic highway 30A, as a matter of fact. And Yeah, hey Fuzzy, thank you so much. Hey, can you do the weather thing for me and put in 32413? That would be awesome. But I'm telling you, in here, this room is nice and hot, and everyone's having a great time here in my basement studio. Let me tell you what's coming up, too. Next week, it's even gonna, I don't know how it can get better than tonight, but we're adding like 3 more people to the mix. The Okaloosa Sound is going to be in the basement studio next week. Okaloosa Sound is lead singer Ms. Stephanie Soul. Man, she is a fantastic musician, singer. You're going to love her voice. They are funk, they are blues, they are soul, they are Etta James, they are everything you could ever want in a really groovy band. But they're coming to us in the basement and going to play Unplugged. 32413. 32413 is the zip code here in Panama City Beach. I'm actually on the border of Panama City Beach and Walton County, Florida. And we have a bunch of windows out front of me right now, and the humidity is so high you can't see out the windows. 95% humidity. And if you know me, this kind of humidity does wonders with straight hair, I'll tell you. Let me just ask my friend Joan, is Chauncey able to get some hot water? Or you? Okay, did everybody just go upstairs? Okay, all right. Anyway, come back. Everybody just kind of left me. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm all by myself here in the basement studio. How you doing, everybody? Thanks so much for joining me. And let me just tell you a little bit about the show. If you're just joining us, this is my basement studio here, and I'm offering the opportunity for singer-songwriters to be here for a very unique, intimate evening of music. They get to sing their stories of people listening to their lyrics, and they get to tell us their stories, the stories behind the songs, the music. I love interviewing people. I love talking. Have you noticed? Yeah. But anyway, okay, I gave you my zip code, Fuzzy. 32413, Panama City Beach, Florida. Yep. All right. I'm going to just go ahead and go back to this. What? ChauncyCrandall, a pretty amazing guy. If you go to his website, he's got several. You just Google him, but ChauncyCrandallBreakdown.com is his latest album. And man, he's just got this really groovy, cool Southern look about him. And trying to see if we can see some. It's got some really great YouTube videos here that you can check out as well. But tonight's show, we're going to have some pretty awesome photos coming from today, because it is, I'm just thrilled. This is our kickoff show of Live in the Basement here. About 3 weeks ago, we had a test run of it with our good friends Mark Glass and Greg Benoit and Stan Attenberg, and I was really happy to have them in the studio. Yeah, this is what it's about. Getting to know the musicians. What a cool thing. Anyway, just a little bit more about Chauncey. He was born and raised on the open plains of eastern Colorado. I'm just going to read right here from his bio. Drawing on the traditions of gospel roots, country, and classic rock, his music is strongly influenced by his spirited upbringing, his 3 older sisters, and his parents dedicated to simple living and good values. Well, you can certainly hear that upbringing in the lyrics of his songs. I can't wait to get him back here in the studio and talk further, because I'm hearing songs that he sings. You know, he talks a lot about, it sounds like his growing up, and a lot about God. Can't wait to find out more about his thoughts And we, off air, we spoke on the phone and we were talking about, guys, as you know, I am from the West. And we have both been to Moab, Utah. Thank you, Fuzzy Blues. Yeah, 45 degrees with a feels like temperature of 38 or something like that. How can Georgia be warmer than us here at the coast? That's what I want to know. That just doesn't seem to make sense to me. Also want to let our listeners know you are listening to Hound Dog Radio. They are based out of Tybee Island, Georgia. Really cool place up there. And Frank Kuhn is the general manager up there. I want to thank him very much for letting me be a part of this team and bringing you guys some of this really great music here from the Panhandle of Florida. On Hound Dog Radio, you're going to listen to some of the best independent music, singer-songwriters, deep tracks, and some of your favorite oldies for sure. Just about every single night we've got live DJs in there. You don't want to miss the shows. Coming up tomorrow night would be Mr. Clean in the Red Room. Right here on Hound Dog Radio. As you on the screen here, you can just kind of scroll down and see the full schedule for Hound Dog Radio. I'm going to go ahead and just let you hear a little of this music. And I think all of the crowd has gone upstairs to raiding my refrigerator, I'm sure, but there is absolutely nothing in my refrigerator tonight. That's the complaint my daughter always has, too, is, Mom, there's no food in the fridge. Also want to let you know, too, we had TJ Hilton that opened up the show with us with his own original music. And he is a co-owner of the Green Door Studio Pub out in Fort Walton Beach. And that's a really cool place for musicians. And, I have to tell you, this area, the whole area that I live in here, and I'm in South Walton, Florida, but the whole Emerald Coast scene here in the Panhandle is just like this musician mecca. You happen to be Chauncey's sister. Awesome. We're super proud of him. Very cool. That's great. When he gets back here, I'll have to tell him that you are tuned in. We had him go upstairs to get some more tea. Chauncey has had like this bad cold thing in his throat. I'm so happy that he's was able to come out here tonight because his voice, he said, was pretty shaky last couple of days. Chauncey's sister, can you give us any secrets of Chauncey that I can blackmail? No, just kidding. That I can surprise him with when he comes back here. Let's see. And all his family are watching. Fantastic. Big family out there in Colorado, including cousins and uncles, aunts, that kind of thing. Well, we're excited to have him here in the Panhandle. I know Colorado is missing him deeply. Ask him about Shaka Zulu. Okay, let me write that down. Shaka Zulu. Okay. How many family members do you think are watching Chauncey tonight from Colorado? Okay. Hey, Bobby, how's it going there? Glad you're joining us tonight. I hope you've been enjoying the show. And I think we need to give those guys like a 2-minute warning and we'll get them back down here. That'd be good. Yeah, cool. We'll get him back down here in the studio, and the show goes till 10 p.m. Central Time. And actually, I gotta take this picture. This is a really pretty cool picture I gotta take here in my studio. I love it when musicians come into the studio and have these really cool guitars. Because I like to make them into art, photography. Okay, we're not sure about extended family, but there are 6 here tonight. Awesome. Very cool. So I need to ask him about Shaka Zulu. Anything else? What was he like as a child? Was he the little brother, or was he the oldest brother? Or the only brother? I think he was the only brother, right? Mom and dad, 2 sisters, and 2 brothers. Okay. Right on. He told the story about raising his cow. Chauncey just come back into the studio, and your whole family is watching. And so they have a question for me to ask you when you come back here. And, we can chat right now, but we want to wait for our whole audience to come in here and talk.
Tell them I'm sorry, they were calling before.
Oh, they were calling?
They were trying to get a hold of me, but I couldn't answer yet because I was getting ready to do this.
That's right, that's right. So mom, dad, 2 sisters, 2 brothers. All his family are watching. Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm going to just flip over here to check out a microphone. And Chauncey's going to be tuning up again. We're getting everybody back into the room and to go for our last half of the show. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? What? Oh, Chauncey, I have one thing. Are your headsets on?
Oh, you know what? I don't think they were. Now they're on.
I totally forgot.
The whole time I was kind of like, man, I'm not. But it's fine. I can hear enough.
Okay, good.
There we go. Now I hear.
There we go. We're just waiting a little bit longer. Oh, your sister says you were a super brat.
Yeah. I think my favorite thing to do was to scare them. I like, and I still like to do that to my girlfriend. I like to hide places and jump out and spook them. It's something I've always loved to do.
Sounds like a brother thing. Yeah. So we're just about gathering the rest of our crew. Are they raiding the refrigerator up there, Big Daddy? Yeah. There's not much in our refrigerator. Is everybody up there raiding the fridge? We need to bring people back. Yeah. There is nothing in my fridge.
My rider says there's supposed to be pizza everywhere I go.
Oh, well, you should have told me that. I didn't get the rider.
And pyrotechnics.
Oh, shoot.
Pizza,
pyrotechnics.
Pizza and pyrotechnics.
Wow. Next time, will you come back if I have that again?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Let's see. He was the only brother growing up, but has 2 more brothers adopted and another sister adopted too.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Caleb and Isaac are adopted brothers, and Lacey is an adopted sister. And then Rafina and Mavis and Laura Beth were all the sisters I grew up with, and they were all older than me. And I was the only boy, and I was the youngest.
So that had to be a little bit
So
interesting.
I was spoiled by everybody.
You were spoiled.
By all of them. My sisters spoiled me. They complained about being a brat, but they spoiled me
They spoiled.
as bad as everybody else did.
Gotcha. Any other things you want to tell us? No, is your name her name on here is Rafina?
That's Rafina, yep.
Okay, gotcha.
That's her real name.
That's her real name. Cool.
Rafina Hope May, Mavis Viola Eudora, Laura Elizabeth Louise Crandall, and Chauncey Sophus Paul.
Chauncey Sophus.
Paul, yeah.
Wow. Chauncey Sophus Paul Crandall.
Yep.
Big long names.
Yeah.
And you weren't raised Catholic?
No. No. Evangelical Christian.
That's right, Bible school.
But my mom was on drugs most of the time. She wasn't, but I was just waiting to see.
He's just waiting to see what you said about that. That's funny.
Evangelical Christian, Southern Baptist, American Baptist kind of places. Small Christian churches.
Gotcha.
Usually had a congregation of about 10.
Well, if you only had 12 in your class in school, I imagine, were they all in the same church?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that church, yep. So we changed location, like I said, when I was in junior high, middle school, and then we were in middle school. When I was in middle school, we went to a little bit larger school, but not really much. I was still prairie country town, you know.
Gotcha. Well, we almost have everybody back down in here, and I'm going to give them a couple more minutes, and then we're going to get back going. How's your voice feeling?
It feels pretty good.
Good.
It actually feels good. It doesn't hurt as much to sing or talk as it does to swallow.
Ooh. Yeah. Have you had a strep test?
I don't think I have strep.
Okay, good.
Those things cost money. There's not good medical insurance when it comes to playing music.
I hear you. JT, how you doing up back there?
I'm just throwing video here.
I like it. JT says he's got people from Mississippi. Is that what you said?
Yeah, a friend of mine from Mississippi said hello.
Friend in Mississippi is watching. We're gathering people. They're coming back. Is the wine empty? Are we all out of wine? You're starting on water. Awesome. Guys, I'm Leslie Kolovich, and we are live here in my basement studio. We have ChauncyCrandall and JT Williams on the cajones. Is it cajones or cajonas? Cajones.
It's the cajon. It's the cajon.
Cajon. I love the cajon. It's cool. It's a really nice sound. Take you a little bit around the room. Whoop. Here we are. And our overhead music tonight is by local musician Susan Ammons. And she's in a group called The Wide Open. Here we are. This is a piece of my art. You see most of the art in the room. I have done this.
Are you going to be at the art walk this Friday?
In Pensacola?
In Fort Walt?
In Fort Walt? Wow.
Me and JT are playing from 4 to 8 at Casey's on Friday.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night.
That is tomorrow. Holy cow.
And they're doing the first Friday art walk.
How cool.
You guys have stuff going on for the art walk tomorrow? The Green Door has stuff going on for the art walk tomorrow?
Oh yeah, gosh, we've got the Rips playing tomorrow night, and tomorrow Friday night. Oh gosh, I don't even know what day it is today right now.
Today is the 5th.
Is it tomorrow's Friday night?
Tomorrow's Friday night.
Yeah, we've got the Rips playing, and I don't know who else, but in the art walk, yeah, we're gonna have Case Aldridge is gonna be out there, and I think Michael too doing art. So yeah, all kinds of stuff going on out there.
Yeah, lots happening. You know, on the first Fridays, that's one thing I really like about this area is that there are so many things you can do, especially in the arts.
Yep.
Music and the visual arts. Like I said, tomorrow night I'm going to a play in Destin. It's called Art. So I'm really excited to see that. All right. Do we have can we try to round up the rest of people? We're ready to roll. So we've been listening to a little Susan Ammons. Check her out on her group that she's with is Alan Rayfield and Trey. Cool guys. And they're on tour right now down in Cocoa Beach. And their group is called The Wide Open. Got to get them in here too. Coming up next week on the show is the Okaloosa Sound. They are going to be unplugged like you've never seen them before right here in the basement studio. We're cooking up some pretty cool things that are going to happen with them, talking about having dinner that's going to be cooked by Miss Stephanie Ms. Soul Helms. So that will be a lot of fun. She's going to cook some spaghetti dinner before the show. She's the singer. Have you heard the Okaloosa Sound yet? Okay.
I have not. I've been here. I've only been here about 4 months now. 4 months. So I'm still meeting new people all the time.
Well, if you are available, you should come back next Thursday night and see these guys perform.
That might be fun to do.
Holy cow. Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
I get some spaghetti too?
Yeah, you can. She says, I'm like, I don't know that I could cook for a ginormous group. And she goes, honey, I can cook for a large group. I believe she can. Yeah. All right. Well, it is about 8:52 Central Time here in the Panhandle of Florida, and we are just minutes away of getting back to some music with ChauncyCrandall and JT Williams from Atlanta. Where do you live now? You're in Navarre? In Navarre. Yep. He's just kind of grooving out back there. Doing a little, let me see your yoga moves. You're doing tree.
Two strokes.
Stay limber. All right. Well, we're going to just fade down this music and get going back. All right, we are back to the show. I'm Leslie Kolovich, and we are live here in the basement studio here, and I'm in Seacrest Beach, Florida, right on a coastal dune lake. We have coastal dune lakes are very rare. There's like 17 coastal dune lakes just in this little 20-mile stretch, and there's like only 20 coastal dune lakes in the entire world. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Now you do. But anyway, yeah, this is just a pretty cool experience, and I just want to thank you for coming all the way out here. You live out in Marietta right now. You are originally from Colorado, so thank you from Florida. I'm talking for the whole state of Florida now. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Florida, for having me, and thank you guys for having me. We've really enjoyed it since we've been out here.
It's awesome.
Great people. There's a little taste of that Southern hospitality people talk about that you're not really sure if it's real, and then when you get out here, you're like, oh yeah, that's real. The first time you sit at the grocery store in line, instead of people pretending like you're not there, they speak to you.
They talk to you,
and you have a conversation with people and learn about the area that you're in, and people are more than willing to share, the cool things to do and the cool things to see.
Yeah. I remember when we first moved here from Utah, from Salt Lake City, I was out on the bike path, and I was walking, and people are like, morning. And I'm like, what? Nobody says hello to people that are strangers, in bigger cities, especially there. And I was like, wow, this is cool. I mean, I would walk, 10 more feet, another morning, how you doing? And then it really is. Southern hospitality is real. It really is. Tell our listeners how you actually got from Colorado to Florida.
In a car.
In a car. Bum.
So I was in Colorado, and I've been playing music full time in Colorado for about a year and a half, and met this beautiful woman named Amanda, and we started seeing each other and formed a relationship together, and she got a job opportunity at Holbert Field, and she was going to take it, and I said, well, the plan was that I would just drive out with her, drop her off, and then head back to Colorado. And then they started looking at geographical location and all this stuff. I said, well, maybe I should go out there, stay a little while, see what I can do. So I came out. I ended up getting a job and being able to find a lot of shows to play music. And so now we're here and enjoying it, liking it a lot.
Wow. How long have you been here again?
4 months.
4 months.
Exactly. So we lived in Navarre for 3 months. We got a 3 months lease on an apartment, and then we thought we'd want to look around and find where we wanted. And then we found a place in Mariester that we liked, so a little cottage.
Nice.
And so now we're here.
Yeah.
For at least another year or two, for sure.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. When we first moved here, we said, we'll come out here for a year, and now it was 15 years later.
Yeah, we love it too.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we feel too. I love it. I love the warm weather. I love the nice people. I love.
Yeah. We can put up with this cold weather for about, a couple of weeks, and because we know we have beautiful weather on the way. We don't shovel snow, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Coming from Colorado and the plains especially, and from Utah. We have one thing in common too, is we both love Moab, Utah.
Yes. I lived in Moab for 3 years.
Yeah.
2.5 years, I think it was.
We used to go down there regularly, and for our listeners who don't know what Moab, Utah is, red rock, arches. It's just a beautiful southern central part of Utah. Have you been out there?
My cousin lives there.
Your cousin lives there. Oh, yeah. It's an amazing, amazing little place. And you were talking about your music in Moab. Tell us that story.
Well, I actually got a job after I stopped working for Home Depot. I got a job out there working on a sheep farm, and pretty much just taking care of this. I was the caretaker on the farm, and she had about 100 head of sheep and a lot of ducks and some rabbits and a lot of dogs and everything. She loved animals. Her name was San Cunningham. But the main thing we did was we raised Navajo churros. A Navajo churro is a special sheep that was actually really the Navajo's lifeline, and something that when we were at war with the Navajo, we destroyed a lot of the bloodline because it was a way that we could wipe them out. And so she had a grant through the University of Utah, Utah State University, and she had one of the 5 actual real bloodlines left of the Navajo and churros. So I would drive truck a lot and take loads of Navajo churros down to donate to the Navajo reservations in Arizona and Utah.
Wow.
Really great experience, and met a lot of wonderful people, saw a lot of beautiful things, and really where I first started playing real music. Like I met 2 guys, a bass player and a drummer, Ryan and Ed, and they started kind of teaching me the structure of music, and we started learning cover songs, old 50s songs and old classic rock songs, and I started learning the structure, and that's really where I started to really begin to write songs.
There's something about Moab, Utah that, those red rocks, just the majesty of that terrain out there. I could imagine, a lot of songs can well up when you're in that kind of environment.
Majestic, and very majestic. It makes you reminds you of how small you really are.
Yeah.
As an individual.
Isn't that true?
Same feeling as the oceans and the mountains.
Yeah. I feel like I have the best of both worlds. When I go back to Utah, I get to have the mountain fix, because the mountains, there's just nothing quite like those giant mountains. But then when you come back and you have the Gulf of Mexico right here in our backyard, it's just like, wow, it's cool stuff. It's good. All right, let's get to some more of your music.
Okay. I guess we can do the title track to my new album called Breakdown. And I wrote this song about a really bad relationship I never should have been in.
It gives you a good song.
I'd trade this song any day for not leaving it. And I burnt the tips of all 10 of my fingers, and hopes that I would never be found. Then I drew a map for you on the back of a picture you'd painted as you watched us drown. And you never paid attention to the breakdown. Shut your mouth, tried to listen. We'd been running in a race, never picked up the pace to start sprinting. Or fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is done. Fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is through. So you left the keys to the car on the nightstand, but I never came home from town. And you left a note, it said, babe, I'm just gonna walk then, 'cause my soul's worn thin, but these shoes are leather bound. It said you never paid attention to the breakdown. Shut your mouth, tried to listen. We'd been running in a race, never picked up the pace to start spreading. Or fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is done. Fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is through. So I held my white flag when I walked up to your doorway, and my tears were real, they were honest and sincere. And you took the chance to avoid every fact but altercation, and gave me the chance to finally know just how it feels to be betrayed when life turns gray and it's misleading. But we turned away while burning pages we weren't reading. And we never paid attention to the breakdown. Shut our mouths, tried to listen. We'd been running in a race, never picked up the pace to start spreading. Or fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is done. Fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is through. And we never paid attention to the breakdown. Shut our mouths, tried to listen. We'd been running in a race, never picked up the pace to start spreading. Or fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is done. Fighting hate at every cost. We had battled but we lost, and now this war is through.
Nice. Wow. That was a pretty painful song then for you.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Good. You moved on.
Pretty fast, didn't take long. when it's bad, you know? You just know it.
You figured that out quick.
When it's good, it's good.
That's right. Keep on going.
Well, this song is off my first album. It's called More Than Real. And, you know, I was with a woman for 8 years, and she was special to me, but we just never write. But I wrote this song for her, and it was good, you know. But she wanted something different. She definitely didn't want to be a musician's wife.
Understand, kind of, you don't know.
Or a farmer's wife. I think she wanted to be a lawyer's wife. I ain't no lawyer for sure.
No.
She's more than real to me, like I haven't awoke from some dream. And she's more sweet than bitter, a warm high like wine. And I don't want to come down, 'cause it's heaven I find in her touch, in her charms, in her breath on my chest when she lays in my arms, in her honesty. And honestly, I could never leave, 'cause without her love, I'm just a fool, sitting doing what fools do. And if push came to shove, I could not leave without first begging please. Won't you bring your love back to me? I'm just a fool when I'm not loving you. And she's everything to me, though I'm not trying to make love sound weak. But without her, I'm nothing but a rock made of sand, pushed by these waters that I can't withstand. Without her touch, it's her charms, and her breath on my chest when she lays in my arms. It's her honesty, and honestly, I could never leave, 'cause without her love, I'm just a fool, sitting doing what fools do. And if push came to shove, and I could not leave without first begging please, won't you bring your love back to me? 'Cause I'm just a fool when I'm not loving you. And I want her so bad, it feels like I need her. And like a blood through my veins, I swear I must bleed her. It's her touch, it's her charms, it's her breath on my chest when she lays in my arms. It's her honesty, and honestly, I could never leave, 'cause without her love, then I'm just a fool, sitting doing what fools do.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm like fighting back tears here. That was a love song.
Yeah, it's a love song.
Yeah, absolutely. I would die to have my man write me a love song. Why didn't she hang on to you, you know?
I'll sell it to you, bro. I got love songs for sale, man.
I heard that. I heard that. No, I mean, I would much rather have a musician, you know, that would write love songs, you know, to whoever they're with than a lawyer. God, please.
But then you have to deal with all the songs they wrote before they met you too.
Oh yeah, all the other love songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there's that.
That's the issue I get now, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You got that one, bro.
That's something to think about. Right. All right.
Well, this is not a love song. This is about a trip down to New Mexico doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing when I was a young kid. It's called Sleeping Outside. It's about. It says cuss words on here.
Oh, as long as you say no F word, you're fine.
Oh, it has. Okay, well, I'll say no. I'll say luck.
Okay, luck is good.
That's what my mom thinks I'm saying anyway.
My mom's always think I'm saying luck.
As I told her on the phone, she's like, you say luck? I'm like, that's luck, Mom.
Good luck, Mom.
It's called sleeping outside. Now the problem with women is they don't go down like the whiskey. And the problem with whiskey is it's running these women away. And the problem with Jesus, I learned as a child, is he knows everything that I do, that I do. Boy, the problem ain't women, it ain't whiskey or Jesus, but I'm thinking that the problem's probably you. And I've been sleeping outside with the devil on my life, getting money to pay the bills. Well, now the plan was I was gonna make it go, to give my mind some rest. But old guitars and empty bars made me sure to fail the test. So I sat down to a Santa Fe in an old red pickup truck, and I left my mind near the Wharf in 09 for a little bit of luck. And I was sleeping outside with the money on my life, getting money to pay the bills. Well, now the devil, she met up with me just a little bit south of Taos, and she told me stories about paradise, and goddamn, her booze were stout. She said, mister, think you might give me $1.49. I said, ma'am, you know I ain't got no money. She said, boy, I'll make you rich in time. But you be sleeping outside with the devil rest your life, getting money to pay the bills. She sang me a little tune that night. It sounded like, when I spent that night in the jail, and he told me stories about paradise and had 1,000 more to tell. And see, the devil, she's a tricky bitch. When you're spun out on the road, she's gonna tell you stories about paradise, try to fool you, take your soul. And you'll be sleeping outside with the devil rest your life, getting money to pay the bills. Well, now time went by, and I kept on getting older. See, I traded for wisdom, but I got these old aching bones. And that whiskey high, well, it just keeps getting colder. 'Cause when I'm riding high, I'm usually riding alone. But I was sleeping outside with the devil on my life, getting money to pay the bills. Said I was sleeping outside with the devil on my life, getting money to pay the bills. Said I was sleeping outside with the devil on my life, getting money to pay the bills.
Woo! Yeah. That's some good luck there. Awesome. You know, I don't think I have ever heard lyrics quite like yours. I mean, they're just so unique, so...
Thank you. That makes me very... Yes. That's the best compliment I think I've ever had.
Well, I'm telling you. I mean, don't you all agree? I mean, his songs, the lyrics, the stories we're hearing in their lyrics are just so unique. So
Thank
unique.
you.
I love it. Love it. Let's keep going. You've got 2 albums. I know that. And
I got 2 albums, and I'm working on a 3rd one. And I think you probably have enough to put out 2 more albums of good songs. Kind of weeding through the ones I'm liking, and there's some that are half finished or not all the way exactly where I want them to be. But yeah, I want to have out another 3rd album in the next year. That's what I want. See what happens.
That's right. You just manifested it. That's your intention. It's going to happen, you know?
Yeah.
You're right where you need to be.
So this is, I'll play another new song. It's called Garden or Garden Grow. This is about coming out here to Florida and changing things and doing what I want to do and being with someone that really lets me be who I am. I'm gonna plant my seed and I'm gonna hold these rows, gonna lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow. Climb the top of the highest mountain, gonna touch the top, then come back down so I can lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow. Buy myself a brand new car, 'cause the one I'm driving ain't gonna get too far. When it comes time, put it in drive and head on down that road, so I can lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow. I'm gonna plant this garden, I'm gonna watch this garden, lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow. 'Cause I'm gonna plant this garden, 'cause I'm gonna watch this garden, lay around my front porch, sit back and watch this garden grow. So I'm gonna plant my seed and I'm gonna hold these rows, gonna lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow. Then climb the top of the highest mountain, touch the sky, then come back down so I can lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow. And buy myself a brand new car, 'cause the one I'm driving ain't gonna get too far. When it comes time, put her in drive and head on down the road, so I can lay around my front porch, sit back and watch my garden grow.
Nice.
It's a little ditty. I call that a ditty.
I like that little ditty. I like the garden aspect of things. You know, you feel like, I feel like you are one of those guys who would probably promote sustainable living, and like, of course.
Yeah, I mean that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
My mom could tell you. My mom's around on the computer. She
Yep.
can give you all kinds of garden tips.
Garden tips. I don't know if our listeners or these people in the room actually got to hear all of the names of your brothers and sisters. Your family have all these really interesting names.
Well, so the first four that started was Laura Beth, and God rest her soul, she passed away 4 years ago of cancer. And that was our oldest sister, and her name was Laura Louise Elizabeth Crandall. And then the second oldest was Rafina Hope May Crandall. And then Mavis Viola Eudora Crandall.
Mavis Viola Eudora.
Mavis Viola Eudora Crandall. And I'm Chauncey Sophus Paul Crandall. And I was the youngest of three sisters. And then my parents went on to adopt Lacey.
Uh-huh.
And I think it might be Lacey Merle Morgan, which I think was supposed to be my name if I was a girl. And then Caleb Crandall and Isaac Crandall.
Wow.
So they went on to adopt three more children.
That's cool. That's really cool.
They
All
get
right.
bored without a bunch of kids running around the house, I think.
I'm just getting a picture of your house. Lots of kids, lots of
Lots
laughter.
of kids, lots of stuff. Maybe a chicken or a goat. Depending on if something, a pig, something, whatever's sick in a box somewhere.
Awesome.
Trying to make it better.
JT, you doing okay back there?
Yeah, I'm just stretching.
Oh, he's stretching. Oh, man. Well, you sound awesome. You know, it takes a lot of skill really to have what you do. I mean, I think that being a percussionist I really like drummers. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
You have to listen more than the rest of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, what's next?
Oh, we'll do Begging for More. This is off my first album. It's about a girl that continuously told me no. She got moves like the ocean, like some kind of magic potion, make a whole room stop to stare. Some funky magnetic energy, it always gets the best of me. I'm wishing God I didn't care. but her loving leaves me begging for more. Yeah, her loving leaves me begging for more. Feels like I'm on a freeway, driving high, drunk, I'm wasted, looking for some more of that drug that I tasted. It's a loving, it's getting me back. It's a loving that's getting me high. It's like a sweet red wine. It's like a northern lights. It's that perfect blend. It's righteous, but it's sin, and it's getting me high, baby. And mistakes, baby, we've all made some. I'd say you drive me crazy, but that song's been sung, and you never minded telling me so. Girl, you never minded telling me so. It's like the words I want to say are at the tip of my tongue. You telling me pull out, but babe, I'm ready to come. Oh, you never minded telling me no. Girl, you never minded telling me no. Feels like I'm on a freeway, driving high, drunk, I'm wasted, looking for some more of that drug that I tasted. It's a loving, it's getting me back. It's a loving, it's getting me high. It's like a sweet red wine. It's like a northern lights. Now it's that perfect blend. It's righteous, but it's sin, and it's getting me high, babe. Words I want to say are at the tip of my tongue. You telling me pull out, but babe, I'm ready to come. You never minded telling me no. Girl, you never minded telling me no.
I love it. Awesome. That was a love song too. Absolutely.
Well, next one's kind of a sad song. It was about that other bad thing that I was in. I actually wrote this in a night I spent in jail. I haven't spent many nights in jail, so.
A night you spent in jail. So
Yeah.
that's a story that we maybe can hear afterwards?
Oh, just listen to the song. This is the story. This is as much of the story you get.
Okay, deal.
It's called Rolling Stone. Well, I locked the door before I left. Had so much on my chest. My chest, it was caving in. And there was nothing I could do, 'cause I'd left that choice to you, and you only want to win. But please, don't ever lose control. Your heart is rock and roll, and your soul is a rolling stone. Well, you don't ever have to go. I'm guessing time is what's gonna show if we know our way back home. She told me, she said, turn those lights off if you're leaving, 'cause if I'm left here for grieving, then I'd rather it stay dark. And my heart, I'd worn it on my sleeve. I was fool enough to believe that we would never part. And she said, well, please, don't ever lose control. Your heart is rock and roll, and your soul is a rolling stone. She said, you don't ever have to go. Guessing time is what's gonna show if we know our way back home. So I told her that night, I said, well, I'm gonna put this bottle down, gonna quit this fooling round, 'cause these clouds are just a turning gray. And I said, blame ain't no one we can blame, 'cause we both danced with those flames. Though I'm burned, I'm here and I'm staying. And I said, please don't ever lose control, though your heart is rock and roll and your soul is a rolling stone. I said, you don't ever have to go. I'm guessing time is what's gonna show if we know our way back home. And she told me, she said, well, I slept the whole night through on a cold tile floor next to you, but you were miles away. She said, blame ain't no one we can blame, 'cause we both danced with those flames. Though I'm burned, I'm here and I'm staying. She said, please don't ever lose control, though your heart is rock and roll and your soul is a rolling stone. She said, you don't ever have to go. Guessing time is what's gonna show if we know our way back home. She said, I slept the whole night through on a cold tile floor next to you, but you were miles away.
Wow. That's
Not too bad for doing that on a napkin, huh?
Holy cow, yeah.
Thanks, you guys are awesome for listening.
Oh,
Thanks.
wow. Yeah, absolutely.
So much fun to play music when people listen, you know.
Isn't it?
About 85% of the time, nobody's listening.
You know, that's the kind of the cool thing about like the house concerts and the listening rooms and stuff. It is an opportunity for people to get to know you and get to hear these lyrics. I mean, just listening to these lyrics, I'm telling you, my soul feels these. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's very cool. And I think a lot of your words, your lyrics, probably a lot of us can feel a lot of what you have experienced in our lives too.
Yeah, you know, I told my mom that one time because she's always harping on me about sad songs, and so are my sisters. But you know, the sad song's not trying to make people feel sad. It's trying to make sad people feel like they're not alone, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's we all feel that way sometimes. And I mean, a sad person isn't not necessarily not a happy person.
Right.
They're just sad at that moment. They have feelings, things that other people, things that are out of their control. You know, you can't control that make you feel certain ways. And it's nice when somebody reminds you that you're not alone in that.
That's right. And and I think being able to write music or just even to write it down on a piece of paper is so powerful too.
It's a blessing. It's something that was given to me that I very much appreciate.
Yeah, awesome.
I didn't work too hard for it. It was something that just came to me.
Nice. Okay, so your sister said, ask him about Shaka Zulu.
Oh. That's my favorite movie. Do you guys ever see the Shaka Zulu movie that was on Fox 21? They played it on the matinee a whole bunch. So Shaka Zulu, Shaka was South African king, you know.
Yeah.
Ran a tribe and fought against the British, right? Was it British people? Yeah, I think fought against British people, and they wiped them out. You know, kind of like the Native Americans fought against the white folks here. But they had a movie about him, and I used to play like I was Shaka Zulu. And I had a loincloth and a spear. I had a loincloth and a spear and all that. And my mom made a lot of costumes when I was a kid, and so like when we played games, like if we played war, we didn't like play. We dressed up. Like we had off. We played like cowboys and Indians. We were cowboys and Indians because my mom had 2 closets full of costumes.
Oh wow!
So we really got to get down. But I had a Shaka Zulu outfit, and I think it consisted of a pair of underwear that were cut down both sides, and a piece of baling twine that held them up in the back and the front, and a spear that was an old electric fence post. Have you seen an electric fence post? They're only about that big around.
That could be dangerous.
Oh, I had some good weapons, man.
Let's see. Jamie says hi, Uncle Chauncey.
Hi, Jamie. Jamie's going to be a songwriter and a singer.
Nice.
He sings well. I think Jamie's 10 now. 10
wow.
They're going to yell at me because I'm probably wrong. But he's got a ukulele and a guitar, and he's pretty obsessive about it. And he knows how to play a lot of my songs. And he's been writing some of his own songs, too. And he does really well, so.
That's cool.
So
you know, what would you say to young musicians who are just picking up the guitar for the very first time? And
learn how to do math really well.
Learn how to do math?
don't play music. Learn how to do math, or something's going to make money.
This, Chauncey. We don't want to be lawyers. That was not the answer I was expecting.
Just play it all the time. All the time. All the time. And anywhere you can. Any chance that you get. All the time. Yeah. And and play it to make people feel good. Including yourself. You're part of that too. Don't play it to be the best, but play it to make people feel the best. And do it every chance you're given.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so Rafina also says she likes the track from his first record, Every Song Is About You. Have you played that one yet?
Oh, I haven't. We can play that one.
Let's do it.
This might be more acoustic, but you can sit back and hang out and do. Because I don't think you've ever played this one yet. This is the one we were talking about.
Play the song. Oh, really? Yeah. This is break time. Yeah, that's right. I got one break. All right, let me make this. There you go. Like you.
I went out wandering like wanderers do. I got distracted trying to get home to you. You see, the devil, he's enticing. We drank all the good wine and sang every song that I knew. And every song was about you. And there's no denying that I've been a fool. Been a user, addicted to pride. I would lie when it made more sense to just tell the truth. Ain't no doubt I'm a wounded man, but I'm gonna fight until I can't stand. Till my last dying breath, I will not stop to rest till I get home to you. You see, the city, it's distracting. It's got street lights and big signs. It's different from any world that I've ever knew. Like a bird on a hot wire, I felt life's strong fires burn holes in the soles of my shoes, telling me get home to you. But there's no denying that I've been a fool. Been a user, addicted to pride, I would lie when it made more sense to just tell the truth. Ain't no doubt I'm a wounded man, but I'm gonna fight until I can't stand. Until my last dying breath, I will not stop to rest till I get home to you. Well, I went out a wandering like wanderers do, and I got distracted trying to get home to you. You see that devil, he's enticing, so we drank all the good wine and sang every song that I knew. And every song was about you.
Nice, nice. She said, Jay, thanks. Yeah, cool.
The one I could have played.
No, I know.
The one I could have played. It came natural, but all the rest of them were struggling.
Oh.
Do you have hot chocolate in that mug, or what is that?
Whiskey.
It's actually Theraflu because my throat is killing me.
Oh, it's the tea bag I'm seeing on the side. I'm going, there is a stain in that cup or something.
It's Theraflu and a tea bag
Okay, good.
because my throat is killing me.
Oh.
It hurts. It hurts less to sing and talk than it does to swallow, though.
Okay. Stop swallowing. No.
The more of this I swallow, the less it hurts. So.
Okay, so we're about 9:38, so we're just coming up. You know, we got about 20 more minutes to go, and
Cool.
this is sounding good.
I got lots more songs.
Cool.
Play another song off the new album. It's called Lou, and it's about just picking up and walking away, kind of deciding to change directions, and maybe doing it all the wrong way.
Yikes.
I had a hard year the last year, you know, last year before this year, but this one you learn.
I think 2014, a lot of people had a hard year, it seems.
Yeah, but then this year's been full of such blessings, and
Yeah.
you know, it feels like I've been given a lot of things I don't deserve, but I do appreciate it.
Good.
Well, I think in this song he's the devil.
Lou is the devil.
Or my own darkness. There's a man I know, Lou, sell you anything. But see, my luck was love was all I can afford. So I bought a boat and drifted off to anywhere, and ended up on some God-forsaken shore, wanting all I gave up back and more. So I sold my boat and hoofed it back to Harlan. I found Jessie, my wife's sister, there. Well, I lied, said I loved her, and she traded me comfort. It's a guilt my heart and heart hardly bears. Another guilt my heart and heart hardly bears. And I stole her wine when I left in the morning, and I smoked my mind to make it through the day. And when I met up with Lou in the evening like I do, he said, boy, I couldn't have you any other way. Boy, I wouldn't have you any other way. Then the sun came up the next day like it always does, though I thought for sure I'd die in the night. I guess it just goes to prove we don't get what we deserve. But who the hell's gonna tell me wrong from right? Now which one of you is gonna tell me wrong from right? Well, there's a man I know, Luke, he'll sell you anything. But see, the best things in life you can't buy. So don't go trading it all in on some dream, on some wish, 'cause ain't no living on the devil's last dime. Ain't no living on the devil's last dime. So I sold my boat and hoofed it back to Harlan. I found Jessie, my wife's sister, there. Well, I lied, said I loved her, and she traded me comfort. It's a guilt my heart and heart hardly bears. Another guilt my heart and heart hardly bears.
Nice. Wow. Nice. So Jamie would like you to play Vices.
Oh, Justified Sins? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for reminding me of songs. I don't even need a set list with you, Jamie. I wrote this song for my mom. She don't like him.
She doesn't like it.
It's supposed to be about salvation, but I guess. All you beautiful women, I wish I could stay. 'Cause the night would be fun, throwing caution away. And that bottle's enticing, I've been there before. Well, halfway to the bottom and begging for more. And on my knees quick to pray, then right back up again. 'Cause these are justified sins. They're all justified sins. Would my mother forgive me if she'd seen things I'd done? Well, I had to do something, and I was too scared to run. And there's no better distraction than to fog up your brain. 'Cause the smoke blurs your vision and helps numb the pain. And nothing feels more like heaven than when that needle breaks through skin. These are justified sins. They're all justified sins. Highways, these byways, where they all seem the same. And I could always find someone besides myself to blame. And I guess I should listen to what's right and what's wrong. Some voice deep inside said, hey boy, ain't nothing wrong. I've become, the child I've been. They're all just a fat sin. They're all just a fat sin. Would my mother forgive me if she'd seen things I'd done?
Nice. Yes. Nice. Very nice. You know, I wonder how, you know, like now with myself, my mom, you know, she's just finding out some of the stuff that we did as kids. And now I'm just wondering what my kids are going to tell me in 10 years from now, you know.
Oh, you can tell my mom things that we've done bad, and she'll just be like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. That's
Never
not true.
did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably
It's
going to
just
say
better.
the same thing.
I think it's a great way to be.
Yeah, just
It makes us.
to
It
know.
allows us to be very open and honest.
Yeah.
You know, and it allows her to have delusions of grandeur about her children.
Exactly. Very good.
About her children, not about herself, but her children.
It's tough being a mom.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm sure.
Yes.
I've seen lots of moms.
Yeah. All right, so we're down to like about 10, 12 minutes. So let's do a couple more songs.
Okay.
Good.
Let's do Taking and No Giving.
There we go. I love that song. You have that on YouTube, don't
Yep.
you? Yeah.
I wrote this song about buying a car I couldn't afford.
Never done that.
Well, sometimes I feel this life we live is taking and not giving. I think so much about my work, can't think about just living. And truth be known, I took the bait, and then with pride I ate it. But I'm tired of feeling numb, and Lord, I'm tired of being jaded. And I know someday that I'll be free from these chains that bind and torture me. Well, I've sold my soul for things that crumble, and the debt I owe is bound to make me stumble. Said truth be known, the gold is gone, but we got paper to replace it. We lived above our means, and now we're gonna have to face it. That everything we swear to God we need is all just vapors. It's there one day and gone the next when everything is faded. And on that day we'll all be free from the same chains that bind and torture me. We've sold our souls for things that crumble, and the debt I owe is bound to make me stumble. Left alone, the soul's gonna grow and then become infected. And there'll be pain, you'd be insane not to just expect it. So fake a smile, cause everybody knows it's easy to make them. Then break the rules, cause they're made so we could break them. And on that day we'll all be free from the same chains that bind and torture me. I sold my soul for things that crumble, and the debt I owe is bound to make me stumble. So sometimes I feel this life we live is taking and not giving. I think so much about my work, can't think about just living. And truth be known, I took the bait, and then with pride I ate it. But I'm tired of feeling numb, and Lord, I'm tired of being jaded. And I know someday we'll all be free.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Thanks. I think I messed up the words a little bit. That Theraflu was getting to me.
The Theraflu. What's in Theraflu?
I don't know. I like a lot of the you know, I've been doing the honey and the tamarack, and we do a lot of the natural remedies. But sometimes you need to just get knocked out, and that's what Theraflu will do.
Oh no! I hope you're not driving.
This is the daytime. This is the daytime stuff.
Good.
And I only put half of it in there. So.
Oh, good.
It made me be able to sing. Let's do the California song.
Okay.
This is about a trip to California. We drove to California, had a demon in my suitcase, had a fire in my chest, she could see through my eyes, had a fire in my chest, she could see through my eyes. And I left joy for liquor, and one more night with Jean. Guess a lot of love burns quicker when love affairs don't go on the scene. Guess a lot of love burns quicker when love affairs don't go on the scene. But we spent nights in California when we wore nothing in between. And the waves got deep above our knees, and love, like a riptide, pulled us underneath. And the California sunset, God, I wish it wasn't done yet. And you were lying here with nothing in between. Drove straight through Arizona. Well, I guess I should have warned her. See, that coward in my chest was nothing less than a fire. See, that coward in my chest was nothing less than a fire. And I left Jean for liquor, and now joy's a memory. I guess the heat of passion simmers when love affairs don't go on the scene. Guess the heat of passion simmers when love affairs don't go on the scene. And we spent nights in California, and we wore nothing in between. And the waves got deep above our knees, and love, like a riptide, pulled us underneath. And the California sunset, God, I wish it wasn't done yet. And you'd be lying here with nothing in between. Clothes off, we jumped into the water, putting faith in the unseen. And a heart stopped, no attention to the dangers, wearing nothing in between. And the California sunset, God, I wish it wasn't done yet. And you were lying here with nothing in between. You were lying here with nothing in between.
Chauncey, amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah, thanks.
And
I love it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, everybody, this is it for us tonight here, and I can't believe the night has gone by so fast. And I appreciate everyone in the audience tonight here too. And how about we all stand up and say hello to all of the people out there in Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, camera's right here, guys. Colorado! Awesome. All right. Anything you want to say before we leave?
Love you guys. Family.
That's right.
Yeah.
TJ, thank you so much for being on the show tonight and playing. JT, I know JT, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Hound Dog Radio, thank you for having us on tonight, and make sure you listen to tomorrow night. Friday night is Mr. Clean in the Red Room. Don't forget him. Every single night, just about, on Hound Dog Radio, we have somebody live on the air playing some fantastic music. Thanks everybody for joining us. Mr. Hound Dog, I'm sending it back to you. Tybee Island, Georgia. Florida says, peace out.
Peace out.
See you guys.
Thank you guys.
Woo!